everybody. Just trying to find the video on my laptop so I can see any comments. Can't actually find me, which is funny. Let's refresh it. If you're here, say hi. I'm here. Hi. Oh, come on, computer. Here we are, sampling fragrance samples. That's me. Right, let's have a look and see if anyone is watching. If anyone's saying hi. Oh, yes, Rich Mitch. Hello, Rich Mitch. What are you saying? Let's have a look. See. Live chat. Here we go. MPL as Mipple as Carty's here. Hey, Carty. I'm hungry, but there is no food. I'm a hungry duckling, says Rich Mitch. Can you order some, says Carty. Rich, what's going on? I'll get too thick. You'll get too thin, surely, if you don't eat. Let's skip this advert. Right. Hello, everyone. Haven't seen you for a little while. I have been busy, been working. Hey, Wayne. I was just listening to Rich on Nigel Street. Oh, damn it. I still need to watch that. I'll watch it back, definitely. Yes, I haven't seen you all for a while. I've been working. I've been day shifts for the last 3 days. So I have been busy bee. Jon Snow is here. Hey, John. And Tony and Tracy and Lizzie. Hello, everyone. Ooh, it's our lovely Claire. How's you, QB? I'm all right, thank you very much. Just finished a set of 3 day shifts. So I'm kind of feeling lively. Chris is here as well. He says, hey, Claire. Hey, all. Hey, Chris. And I have got a drink of the night. It's squash. It's a pink grapefruit squash. I'm going to drink less alcohol. Because even if I just have a few drinks, the next day I'm really quite lethargic for most of the day. And I've realised that I'm really messing with my productivity when I have a few drinks the night before. So that's why I'm on squash today. Let me know if you've got a drink or a snack or anything. Let Rich know what you're eating because he's hungry. Make him jealous. Tony, have you got a cake? Okay, right. So today I thought we'd just sample some samples. So I've got a ton here that my kind friends have sent me. I've got some that Lizzie Bean sent me, some that my friend Sue, you all know Sue Poo, some that Sue sent me, and a couple of other randoms I've just quickly picked up and popped over here. So I thought we'd just have a sniff along, just for a little bit. Tony says, no cake, I have a strawberry and vanilla Wittard's tea. Oh, no cake though. Oh, it sounds nice. I'm sure the tea's nice. So yeah, we're just going to get straight into... Oh, don't tell me what you're wearing. Perfumes or clothes or whatever. I have just put on Sex and the Sea Neroli, Francesca Bianchi. I wore it the other day and I really loved it. And I just filmed a video where I talked about the fragrances I've been wearing for the last week or so. And I just felt compelled to wear it. So I already had on a Guerlain Metallica, which is a rare, discontinued, very expensive if you want to buy it fragrance. I just had a small decant. I used the decant up and I was wearing it for a few hours, so I did enjoy it, but I really wanted to put Sex and the Sea Neroli on over the top, so that's what I've done. Lizzie Bean says, oh, God, you'll be sniffing Oud Rosewood, Claire, won't you? Possibly. Let me check. Let's see if that's here. I might have, yeah, it is here. I might have smelt it briefly, but I mean, it sounds like everything I hate in a perfume, but we shall see. Yeah, I've got it. I mean, we can start with that if you want. Wayne says he's okay. I'm eating and listening. Did I say hi to Scott? Scotty Bean is in the house. Hey, Scott. Great Scott, says Lizzie. And Chris is wearing ombre top copy from MDCI and some boxer briefs. Rich Mitch says Metallica is a unicorn. Yeah, it is. And I just sprayed some stuff over the top of it. Crazy me. And Tony's being good and just been testing a new brand called Levant Perfume. Okay, haven't heard of them. Are they good? John's wearing Interlude Woman again. It's chuffing lovely, he says. Cartier's wearing Haute Provence 89 Parle de Parfum. Okay, haven't heard of that. I know the brand, haven't tried the fragrance. So let's start them as I think Lizzie's going to be a bit nervous about this one. So Lizzie Bean has been absolutely loving her bottle of Oud Rosewood off of Dior. It's one of the high-end Dior fragrances. And I've heard the description. It sounds like totally not my thing. I really don't like Oud, usually. Unless it's occasionally, I can be okay with proper Oud. But the Oud that goes into mass market fragrances, that I guess is the synthetic Oud, makes me feel a bit sick. That Ragbar Lataffa that I know Lizzie Bean also loves, I can't fucking bear it. I really can't. Same with what's it called? The Lancôme one, Oud Bouquet. Oh my god, I just can't stand it. And these are very popular fragrances, so that just goes to show it's just my taste. This is not that bad. It smells like a leather fragrance. So I would call it a leather, like a soft leather, not really harsh. Yeah, it's almost like Tuscan leather, but much softer. Lizzie Bean, has it got leather in it? Yeah, it's like iris and a soft leather, not suede, but not like a really hard whip, or not like a leather jacket as such. It's like kind of softened and earthy, like what's the other Tom Ford, the softer one, ombre leather. Yeah, doesn't really smell oudy to me at the moment, which is good. Yeah, I'd say mostly it smells like leather, maybe some iris. Maybe it's a kind of a bit woody, so it's probably the rosewood. Lizzie says it hasn't got leather, but I can see why you'd smell it. Yeah, to me it's a bit like Tom Ford's ombre leather, I think. It's actually not that bad. Nothing like Oud Bouquet or Ragbar Lataffa. I can't pick out that terrible Western Oud at the moment. Lizzie's wearing Pink Lotus from TRMP, from the sample that I sent. Love it. I knew you'd love that one. It's a nice sort of clean, fresh, rosy perfume, isn't it? I'm really curious. She's got one called Gold Rose Maisie, which sounds really nice. And have you seen her list of the ones that are going to be discontinued? There's a few on there that look amazing. Rich Mitch says Oud Bucket. Yeah, I can't really get past that. To me, it's just a leather fragrance. So maybe my nose is broken, but it smells like leather to me. There's a bit more to it. It's something's making it smell like, I don't know, there's no floral in here, is there? Something's making it smell like a more balanced and more unisex fragrance than just leather or oud, you know, like something's kind of sweet like a floral, not sweet like a sugar or a caramel or anything like that, but sweet like a more natural kind of sweetness. But I can't help it. To me, it's a leather fragrance. So we'll pop that over there with on the sample on top. And Oud Bucket says Rich Mitch. Rich is wearing Vetiverio by Diptyque. Carty has Atelier Cologne's Oud Saphir. It smells like Tuscan leather exactly. It does have some suede notes, but I'd say, if asked, that it's a leather fragrance, not oud. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, brands can say they put whatever they want in there, you know, in terms of notes. How they get there could potentially be any way, shape or form. So what you smell is what you smell, isn't it? Fragrance phrases here. It says, Oud train is about done and dusted. Yeah, I agree. And John says, Oud can sometimes be a touch leathery. Lizzie says, there's no florals, but there's raspberry and quince. So that's probably what's giving it that kind of like sweet thing that's taking it away from being... So if I smell things that I like, just leather, oud, vetiver, woods, then it kind of feels like, well, that's probably aimed at the masculine market. But it felt to me like there was something in there that brought it back to being in between. And it's probably the fruit notes, but I thought they were florals, so there you go. Rich says, Oud is coming to an end, thank God. Lizzie says, I get a pink sweetness too. Yeah, that makes sense. Fragrance Phrase says, it's all about vanilla and tonka now. Yeah, I'm trying to think what is trending at the moment. Some things get a lot of love, don't they? We'll see pear quite a lot, which I'm very happy with. You see coffee quite a lot. Iris. Yeah, Lizzie says, oh my God, Claire, that new Lancome looks right up my alley. So there's a new Maison Lancome, which is a rose and peony fragrance. I've forgotten what it's called now. And it does look really pretty. And the bottle looks really pretty. The advertising, really pretty. And it does sound like, it sounds like it's going to be Lizzie's cup of tea, because it is kind of like a fresher rose peony fragrance. Whereas I like my roses quite dark and juicy or gothic. We're going to spray, I've smelt this one before, the mystery fragrance Lizzie Bean, which I think it was called, is it Roses and Chocolate or Chocolate and Roses by Mancera. A few of us all smelt this together blindly in a little group chat and had to kind of guess the notes and what we thought it was. And the weirdest thing here, and I said it when I first smelt it, and I say it again, I smell galbanum. I smell a bitter, green, dry galbanum note. Not really roses and chocolate. Now there is like a little sweetness in here. But to me, I was thinking, oh, this smells like this could be a Jo Malone fragrance, one of the outdoorsy type sweetie hairs probably. It's a little bit of like a sugariness. Yeah, like a caramel or something. And you can smell a floral. Would I have picked out rose? I'm not sure. But it's kind of like dry. It almost smells a bit like paper. I mean, that is paper, but I'm not smelling paper. But yeah, there's this dry, or like dried rice. This savoury, dried thing, which I thought was galbanum. Maybe it's not, but it's not what I expected. Roses and chocolate. It was, and Lizzie said the same. The last thing she'd think you'd call this fragrance is roses and chocolate. It really is not. It's if you buy it blind, thinking that you're going to get a sweet rose and chocolate fragrance similar to Intense Cafe or Roses for Me, you're going to be very upset. But if you get given it and you actually don't like sweet fragrances, you probably put off trying to smell it because you think it's going to be too sweet. You'd be pleasantly surprised. It's actually got like a freshness. It's just not that sweet. to me it smells a bit green. So yeah, roses and chocolate, or chocolate and roses, whatever. A complete surprise there. Let's pop that one on the floor. We'll carry on with Liz's ones. So I've got here, oh, Stella Absolute. Now this deserves to go on skin. Oh, bless me, I hope you didn't hear that. So this is Stella Rose Absolute. Lizzie heard about this from me. This used to be my signature scent in my 20s, so a couple of years ago. And it used to be the fragrance that I asked, or the perfume that I asked for Christmases and birthdays. And I wasn't into perfume, so I only would ever own 2 or 3 bottles of perfume at once. And Stella Rose Absolute was £50 for a bottle, and that might have been a 30ml. So for me, as an early 20s person, it was super expensive and not something I would just buy myself like these days. Let's not even go there. But I loved it so much, and I was, even then, I really was quite picky about perfume. I didn't want to smell like it. I've never wanted to smell like everyone else. And when I found Stella Rose Absolute, that I was absolutely head over heels for it. Oh, it does bring back memories. So it's obviously a rose fragrance. It's quite a rich, dark rose, but there's a bit of a lightness to it as well. It's like dark and light, but to me, this is the scent of a night out or date night. It's just that, to me, it was a special fragrance, and because it was expensive as well, I only ever wore it on a good night out. Like, it wasn't Tuesday night down the pub, it wasn't even Thursday night down the pub, it was maybe Friday night, definitely Saturday night. Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, it was like really special. Not that I was in the pub every night of the week. We used to have Mondays off. Fragrance Phrase says Noir de Noir by Tom Ford is totally roses and chocolate. Barry's here. Hey, Bazza. Lizzie says, this one is weird. I always think of fairy liquid bubbles bursting up my nose. She's talking about roses and chocolate. So there you see, like, so I think in that respect, fairy liquid is green. And kind of just trying to, yeah, get you to agree with me. Tony says, going out fragrance. Yes, going out. Stella Rose Absolute. So it's a very intense, rich rose, but it doesn't go gourmand. Although the rose itself is kind of sweet, but it doesn't go soapy either, which I really like. It doesn't go watery and fresh, which I really like. So it's kind of like, it is just a dark rose. Like, picture a very dark red rose. It's kind of like that. I don't know if I think is there supposed to be patchouli in here? I don't really pick it up. I don't really remember what's in here. It's kind of got a little, like a little fizz to it. A little sherbet fizz, but it's dark red rose. The closest thing to it I can think of is the Elie Saab Essence No. 1. But that's got more of a richness undertone. Like, I feel like that's got a bit of a resin, like a labdanum or something underneath it. But yeah, Stella Rose Absolute, long discontinued. So when I was wearing it in my early 20s, and then I asked for it from my dad for a birthday or Christmas, and then he said, we can't find it anywhere, it's not anywhere. And it just disappeared, and it was gone for years. And then one day, all of a sudden, it came back, and I bought myself a bottle, and I bought my mum a bottle. And I remember she was wearing a perfume around me one day, and I said, Mum, what are you wearing? And it was nice, I liked it, but I didn't recognise it. And she said, oh, it's that one you got me, that Stella. And I was like, oh, it doesn't smell like it used to. It doesn't smell right. And then I was sort of wearing mine, and I thought, no, it doesn't smell the same. So I think there was not a major, but I think there was a reformulation, because it was off the shelves for quite a long time, quite a few years. So don't even, I couldn't tell you which one. I mean, oh God, it's been so long since I've smelt them. But this brings back memories for sure. Rich Mitch says discontinuation should be a crime like reformulation. Yeah. Oh, Nisky Pisky's here. Hey, Nisky Pisky. Okay. Oh, Stella. Right, let's move on then. What have we got next? Oajan by Parfums de Marly. Let's go. We're going to do this one on skin as well. I really must try this against the Fragranza copy, but I've left that out there and I can't be bothered to go and get it. So I'm going to put Oajan on here. I think, have I smelt this one before on a live? I'm not sure. I know I did Killian's. Yeah, to me this, I feel like I've done this before. Shout at me if I've already done this one. I think there's only one Rich Mitch. Jimbo's here. Hey, Jimbo. Yeah, I think Oajan is just Oajan for it's unisex. Yeah, this reminds me of Rose All Day from Gallagher, but less intense, less boozy. But it's quite similar. It's like a spicy, slightly burnt cognac aged in oak barrels, but maybe some raisins have been left to macerate in the cognac. So it's got that kind of like fruity feel. John says, Oajan, the poor man's angel's share. Rich Mitch says, Oajan is just an Ambanagi ripoff. Yeah, I've only smelt that briefly, but it's definitely similar, or in that it's ballpark. Carty says, just smelled Oajan again today. It's nice, but too foodie for me. I think it's that kind of like dried fruit thing, which I'm not always a fan of. Alcohol and dried fruits. So it just makes you think of like a Christmas cake. You know, one of those that's got the brandy poured in it. It's nice though. It's not too heavy. I would enjoy smelling this on someone else. It's got a good sweetness to it. But for me, I'd happily wear it. But I don't think I'd choose to wear it against my favourites, if you know what I mean. I need to compare it to Angel's Share, don't I? Or did I do that? No, I don't think I have yet. Okay, probably need to do that. Christmas cake for sure, says Tony. Yeah, it totally reminds me of Christmas cake. The sweet, rich, dark cake, the alcohol and the fruit, all of it, the whole shebang. Carty says, yeah, it's a Christmas meal type of fragrance. Lizzie gets more juicy fruits and like that it's not heavy. It's my favourite easy reach through winter. I can see that. It's really nice. I absolutely really enjoy the way it smells. But it's just that sort of, to me, that kind of like dried fruit. It feels a bit dried fruit. It's a bit like tobacco vanille. And I just don't really enjoy a lot of dried fruit type fragrances. Fragrance Phrase says Oajan is a pure skin scent and at £190 a rip-off. Lizzie Bean says, yeah, Christmas cake with marzipan. Yes, I think, yes, you're right. Yeah, it's got marzipan on it and icing. It's got marzipan and icing on it. It's Christmas cake in a bottle. Jimbo says Araby is Christmas to me. Right, let's smell something else. So, I'm putting this on skin because I've barely got any left and it's really good. Have I smelt this? Sorry, cat hairs get everywhere, especially if you've got a little bit of lip gloss or whatever on. So I've mentioned this on my Instagram actually. The lovely Irma, Lamoire de Parfum, Lamoire Parfum on Instagram. She posted the most beautiful pictures. I'm pretty sure you were all following her. She sent me this sample. She sent me some beautiful, amazing samples. She's an absolute diamond. She sent me this. It's Voyage 2019 from Hiram Green. He is the natural perfumer. And we're going to go here. Is that clean? Yeah, we're going to go here. Because I'm not wasting this on paper because it's so good. So Voyage 2019 is a limited edition. He did have a Voyage, the original Voyage, which he did as a limited edition, and it sold out, and then I don't think he didn't come out with this until a few years later. And he's an all natural perfumer, so completely natural. This is to put it very simply, ooh, wow, you can't put it simply. It's really difficult actually to explain. It's kind of, it's a mixture of florals, probably mostly white type florals, but there's an sort of ambery texture, like suede like textured, not that sweet base, and there's vanilla in here, and it's really, really good. The only thing holding me back from buying, because I think it's still available at the moment, is I think it's a little bit linear. So I find that a few times I've worn it, after a few hours I feel like putting something else on top, but when I first wear it, I absolutely love it. It's amazing. It's got the right balance of sweet versus non-sweet. So not savoury, but non-sweet. You know, like if you was to smell a book, it's not sweet, but it's not savoury. I'm thinking books. Papery, maybe there's a little papery feel. But it's got a richness, and it's got a little bit of spice, and it's got a great suedey texture. There's lots in here. I don't know if there's ginger. I'm getting some like a hit of like nice warming spice, but very much blended in with everything. So good. At the moment, the way that I feel right now, I want to buy this. This is amazing. Voyage 2019 from Hiram Green. It's tempting me, and I'm on a slow buy at the moment. But I could be persuaded to buy it. Rich Mitch says Hiram Green is meant to be immense. Prices are certainly immense. I don't think they're that bad, Rich Mitch, for all natural, based on the quality of that, which is amazing. Like, I would never guess that was all natural, and I mean that in a good way, in that there's no jutting out elements, there's nothing that's outweighing anything else, that everything works on your skin in a nice smooth way, whereas sometimes some very highly natural perfumes can have sharp edges, rough edges, the blending can feel a bit off, whereas like a note will just fall away quickly and the perfume will completely change in moments. This doesn't do that. This is just very, very nicely done with beautiful ingredients. On a par with Thierry Reinfeld, although they've got a different style, I would say, just based on smelling this one. And I know that Hiram has a lot of tuberose fragrances, so I think I might have a couple of samples, but the tuberose being not my thing, but this is the first one I've tried that I'm really, really loving. Right, let's see who is in the house. Elaine is here. Hey, Elaine. Fragrance Phrase says, Claire, are you not having a little tipple tonight? No, I've got a squash. Let me have a little bit of my squash. I was saying earlier, I'm trying to drink less and less often because I do find the next day, even if I don't drink a lot, I'm suffering, you know, like a bit lethargic and dehydrated all day. It's just not worth it. Empty Sense says, I am Gargamel today. Does that mean you're going to chase me? Okay. Right. Chug, chug, chug. Yeah, sorry if you heard that. It's called Voyage 2019, Lizzie Bean. We've not got much left, so I have to make my decision about whether I want to buy that. Yeah, very high up on my consideration list. So I think we've got one more that Lizzie sent. This one's called Amethyst from Rosa Salas. And we'll spray that on here. So I think Lizzie spoke about this in her latest video as well. If you haven't seen Lizzie's latest video, I suggest you go and check it out. Not right now, but a bit later. So Amethyst. Oh, hope you didn't hear that belch. So is this a tobacco fragrance? Is it inspired? That's it. It was, you're going to tell me, aren't you, in a minute? Lizzie loves the Hiram green bottles, looking for one to fall in love with. It might be Voyage 2019. So Amethyst, I'm pretty sure Liz said, is a copy of something, but she actually prefers it to the original. It's a gourmand tobacco inspired by Herod. Ah. Yeah, because I remember I had a decant of Herod back when, going back in early doors into my niche journey, Herod was hyped all over Fragcom. And I was desperate to try it because it was like, you know, gourmand tobacco. It sounded amazing. And then when I did try it, it was a bit like, I think I struggle a little bit with tobacco in general. Like, I quite like it, but as soon as it's a bit overdone, which I think to me, Herod, the tobacco was a bit sickly, then I didn't like it. And the same with the other, there was another tobacco fragrance that was trending at about the same time. And I've forgotten what it was called now. And I was desperate to try that. And then when I did, it made me feel quite sick. Oh, there's one, it's just called Sweet Tobacco. And that made me feel quite sick. It was so sickly. So I think I find tobacco a little bit sickly. But this is nice. It's lighter. Wayne says, bean flicked. I must have missed something there. Herod is a rip-off of Tobacco Vanille, says Rich Mitch. Doesn't really smell like Tobacco Vanille because that has that dried fruits in it, and I don't get that here. It does remind me a little bit because Lizzie, you sent me another fragrance called Amethyst from, is it Nirvana? Ellie and James and Sally and John's for Nirvana Black Amethyst. You know what I mean? It's reminded me a little bit of that Amethyst, which I really liked. It's actually a really nice, even though vanilla wasn't listed, to me that was really quite a strong vanilla scent, but I liked it a lot. Jimbo says Herod has poor longevity. Yeah, plum tobacco, says Lizzie. Though it has no fruits, I think it's got honey and caramel. Yeah, it does have a little bit of a fruitiness. Whether it's just like cherry, raspberry, plum. A red berry type fruitiness. Tobacco's not too heavy, it's not sickly, but it is quite sweet. Yeah, honey. I could totally get honey or even golden syrup, but in a light way. So even though that sounds quite heavy, it's got a lightness to it in the way that Angel's Share has a lightness to it. Despite being composed of heavy notes, it still has this diffusiveness and this lightness. It's nice. Elizabeth and James, that's it. So Amethyst by Elizabeth and James is the one I was thinking of. I feel a bit weird. I feel a bit dizzy. What's going on? So that's Amethyst. And I think that's all Lizzie's. And then we've got... Oh, I wore this on Instagram the other day. I mentioned this one on Instagram. I'm going on skin with this because it's amazing. Well, A, it's amazing. B, it's super expensive and quite hard to find. So we're doing it there. And it's called Bouquet de Paris from Guerlain. So it's the high-end line. This one comes in one of the quadrilobe bottles. How do they look? You know, it has like a ribbon at its neck and like that. It's about €550 for 125ml extract, so it's pretty damn expensive. Notes wise, when I looked them up, they didn't really feel like they matched what I was getting, but then that's me, isn't it? To me, this is like a little bit like a makeup-y type fragrance. Lipstick and powder. There is a little bit of greenery. I think there's a vetiver note, which you can kind of understand. Yeah, it's like a makeup-y type fragrance. A little bit of a pink, like a rose or something. But it's not too soft and not too girly. And there's quite a few unusual notes in. I think there's tea, which is usually a note I hate. There's quite a few notes in the fragrance that I don't like. But they don't really act like they normally act. So there's a pepperiness here. Or a spice. Yeah, it's really nice. I like this a lot. Do I like it €550? No, I do not. But if someone wants to send me a bottle, I'll happily accept it and wear it. It's really nice, but massively expensive. So Bouquet de Paris. The bottle is stunning. Wayne says I need a ribbon for my neck. John Snow says 550. Well, it's €550, so it's probably like £545. Tony says, whoa, that can go back on the shelf. Scott says, Tony, you touch, you buy. Black pepper. Yeah, maybe. Black pepper, something like that. Something peppery. Lizzie, Claire, hope you're okay. Maybe too many sniffies. Open a window. I think I inhaled too much. I just felt a moment of dizziness. I'm fine. Jimbo says, hey, Agnes Eva said someone did send her a bottle. What, of Parrot? Bouquet de Paris? How nice. John says, bargain, £545. I'll have two. Yeah. Right, let's carry on then. So Bouquet de Paris. I do really like it, but not enough to... I don't think I could like anything enough to spend that much money on a bottle of perfume. I really don't think. Even if I was a millionaire, I just don't think. I feel that's just wasteful. Okay then. Oh, an Al Haramain fragrance. So I thought you meant Guerlain was sending her a Bouquet de Paris. Okay. Right, so we have got Stranger's Perfumery and it's called Cigar Rum. This one's quite interesting. I've smelt this one before. So we're on the tobacco. We're on a tobacco hit now. I think I might have overdone it. I think I've overwhelmed my senses now. Let's have another little drink. John says he'd pay £5,000 for Mrs. Killian's wedding frag. What does that mean? Do you want to be Mrs. Killian? Ooh, so Cigar Rum. A very strong alcohol note. I say alcohol because I wouldn't necessarily think of rum. More of a, actually there's like a savoury. So Tobacco Rose has beeswax and hay, and I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes I can tell one from the other or what's what inside the fragrance. There's something in Tobacco Rose that's in Cigar Rum, and it's the savoury kind of, I think it's hay, because it also reminds me of Chez Noir from Bidot, which has hay in it. So this is kind of like tobacco, and it's a mellow, like smelling an unlit cigar. So it's not smoky like you might think. It's not smoky, it's unlit tobacco. Very smooth. Then the alcohol note, which to me smells a little bit more like a whiskey than it does a rum. And then this savoury hay-like feel to it. So it's kind of dry. It's nothing like Oajan. That's Oajan. Oajan's a lot sweeter. Like the sweetness in here is coming from hay, I think, or something like a hay type thing. So you know how grass, dried grass, can smell slightly sweet. The sweetness in Oajan literally does smell like food sweetness, like sugary stuff. So this Oajan's like, let's say Oajan's that sweet. Cigar Rum is that sweet, if that makes sense. This is sweet, and it's kind of dry. Not sweet. Yeah, it's dry. It's like a mixture of dry and moist. Hashtag moist. Hashtag bean sprayers. It's like a combination of wet and dry in here. It's not too dry, but there is some dry elements. Okay, Time to Musk Up is here. Hello, Time to Musk Up. If that's the one from Strangers, it also has seaweed. Hang on a minute. Oh, I do apologise. If that's the one from Strangers, it also has seaweed. It's smoking a cigar, drinking rum on a beach shore. Oh, wouldn't I like to be there right now? I can kind of see that. Yeah, it's interesting. It's not really my style of fragrance. It's not something I'm tempted to buy, but if you like that kind of thing, it's pretty good. But I think their prices are quite astronomical. I think I saw Heather here, but I can't find her comment. Oh, there she is. Hey, Heather. Okay, I got some bless yous. Thank you very much. Bless your con socks, says Elaine. Thank you. I've got no socks on. My footsies are naked. So yeah, Cigar Rum, interesting. Interesting, not quite my thing. Let's go for one that quite a few people have been talking about over the last year or so. It's called Ganymede. And I'm probably going to have to stop in a minute because I am overwhelming my nose now. So this is by Marc Antoine Barrois. Marc Antoine Barrois. You know who I mean, don't you? I think, isn't this an aquatic? Time to Musk Up has listed the notes for Cigar Rum: dried fruits, rum, tobacco, oak wood, mandarin, amber, labdanum, vetiver, cedar, seaweed, tonka and resin. Okay then, so Ganymede. Yeah, this is a beast. Which, it's I think the seaweed in here, I find it slightly off-putting, very loud, it's smooth. I'm guessing there's sort of floral in here. There's something that's a little bit, it's like dry in the back of my throat. I have to drink. Oh. Okay, right, let's try and describe this. So it's like, it's a little bit like it's an aquatic. It's got a little bit of a seaweed. Not to the point, you know, sometimes seaweed can smell almost shitty. It hasn't, it's not like that seaweed that's rotting in the sun that smells like poo. It's not too bad. I don't know if there's a floral in here. There's a sharpness. I don't know, I just don't like this kind of stuff. I don't like it. Like, I don't mind it. It's a bit, it's almost like someone tried to make Bleu de Chanel, but they actually took some natural ingredients instead of shit ton of ambroxan and all the other crap in there. It does smell like a natural attempt at a classy aquatic. If you like aquatics, it's probably is there a bit of grapefruit or something in here? It feels like there's a bitter, fresh, sort of like grapefruit or lemon or something, but I'm thinking grapefruit. It's not bad. If it's the sort of thing I'd expect to smell down the pub from an oversprayer. I don't know. It's giving me that kind of feel, like it's a bit like, it's a classy aquatic. It's done quite well. And I've got an image of the kind of bloke that would wear this, who would think he smells amazing. I'm sure it's fine in like very small doses, but it's not my thing. Smells shitty, love the candidness, says Liz. Jimbo says it's got violet leaf, immortelle and osmanthus. Okay. Italian mandarin, I can understand that. Elaine, I like a mineral aquatic, if that makes sense. Yeah, I know what you mean. John says, so you're saying you're not a fan of Bleu de Snooze, Claire? No, not really. Okay, Time to Musk Up has listed the notes. Thank you, Time to Musk Up. We've got mandarin, orange, saffron, violet, osmanthus, akikala wood, immortelle, absolute. Okay, well, so my calling it an aquatic with seaweed is quite off, but that's what I get from it. Rich Mitch says, why did the beach blush? Cause the seaweed. Oh, so we're supposed to laugh now. Empty Sense polo shirt is he wearing? Yeah. Barry says Captain Birdseye wears that. Okay, what's the time? How long have we been going on for? Right, 49 minutes. I'm going to smell one more, and then we're gonna call it quits. So Sue Poo sent me some samples, bless her little heart, that came a couple of days ago. And I think we should smell, maybe we can smell 2 of these that are really interesting. I think we should smell Gucci Tears of Iris, because I love an iris. Now I have put this on skin and I feel like I need to put, I don't like irises and musks on paper. It's just, I think it's unfair because it just does nothing. Iris and musk need skin, in my opinion. So I'm going to go up here, and I have tried it. I tried it immediately because I was really curious about this one. The bottles of those Gucci's are amazing. But I have to be honest with you, when I found out that perfumer was Alberto Marias, I did lose interest to quite a strong degree, because I just don't think he's a perfumer for me. He's, I don't know. Is it his association with office? No, it's not. It's not just that. It's quite a lot of what I've tried from him are, I don't know, they're a little bit chemical. They lack soul. I don't know. Oh, the initial spray is really nice. It's that kind of chalky iris, I would say. A little hint of sweetness. A little bit from, you know, Dior Homme-ish, Dior Homme Intense-ish. Rich Mitch says Orris Tatoo by Parle de Parfum is lovely. I've got some Parle Noirs down here. Hang on a minute. I don't know what I've got here. Orris Tatoo. I've got Orris Tatoo in here. So this was sent to me by the lovely Peter Corcoran, who very kindly sent this to me ages ago, and I haven't really explored it that much. I want to put Orris Tatoo on now that Rich Mitch has suggested it. So look, it's not even been sprayed. Okay, right, that's on my right arm now. Let's go back to so Iris Tears. It's like a clean woods, like a cedarwood, maybe a little hint of a tiny bit of ambroxan in there, maybe, but I might be imagining it. It's got that musky feel, that clean musky feel that iris can have, powdery, a little bit chalky. It doesn't feel waxy, it doesn't feel like a lipstick. It's more like a powder. I'm not really getting too much more from it at the moment. I know when I tried it the other day, the development just didn't excite me. It didn't do much. It kind of, I don't really know what it did, but I think it lost, kind of went a bit flat, if you know what I mean. At the moment, it does smell really nice. But for me, the best iris fragrance is Iris Shot from Olfactive Studio. I can love that. So let's smell the Orris Tatoo. Oh, that's different. Oh, that's got something, that's got an unusual note in it that I recognise specifically from Zoologist Snowy Owl. I think it's a Snowy Owl. Yeah, this reminds me of Snowy Owl. I don't know what it is. What it is like an ingredient that's in common. It's like a green. So it feels like there's a freshness. This is not a totally an iris scent. In actual fact, I don't know that I would necessarily know it was iris straight away, because it's more about this unusual green note that does remind me of Snowy Owl. Yeah, I like it. really. And there's probably, is there a touch of mandarin or an orange of some description? But it has got that undertone that you know that there's more there, that like slightly suede, maybe even a touch of something sweet, like a touch of vanilla or something. It's interesting. I'm going to explore that in a bit more depth. Let's just catch up with your comments. Time to Musk Up says, Iris on paper smells like paper to me. Yes, exactly. It doesn't do anything on paper. You have to put it on skin. Same with musk. Rich Mitch says, Eugene waxes lyrical about those, the Gucci exclusives. Yeah, I know he does like them. Time to Musk Up says, angelic root with the iris in tears of iris is beautiful. Oh, okay. So it's Angelica. Oh, it's nice. It's very nice. Truth Within said, did anyone watch the new Nose documentary? I don't think I can watch it because I've only got Netflix. Has anyone else watched it? Jimbo says, I think this is the one Tara bought, or the Iris one. Elaine is asking if it's on Netflix. I don't think it is. The Parle perfumer is the same guy that did Fahrenheit, Michel Almerac. Oh, okay. It's definitely interesting. Might be a little green for my taste. Just totally reminds me of Zoologist, Snowy Owl. Totally does. Truth Within says it's on Amazon. Pure fantasy, beautiful viewing, but not really realistic as to what fragrance industry is really about. Margie's here. Hey, Margie. Time to Musk Up says, a lot of musk, I think, in Orris Tatoo. Rich says, I find it quite fresh for an Orris. Yeah, it is. It's got a freshness. Definitely. Fresh, but to me, it's like green, like almost like a pond-like feel. Rich Mitch says, what do you get if you cross an owl with a skunk? A bird that smells but doesn't give a hoot. Full of them tonight, Rich. John says, you're invited for Christmas dinner, Rich. Well, let me tell you what I've just been watching on Netflix. It's Behind Her Eyes. Has anyone seen that? Just finished the last one before I came on here. Lizzie says, how did the Avon lady get pregnant? Because Max Factor. Okay. I think I'm done. I'll tell you what, we're going to smell one more because I quite want to. So this is called Lush and it's called Grassroots. Grassroots is the fragrance that they have made to match their charity pot scents. And I absolutely love the charity. So the charity pot is a body moisturizer, and I really love the scent of it. It's quite mellow, kind of like rose, almost like a really soft chocolatey rose. I can't really remember, but I mean, it's here now. So the fragrance is a lot more bombastic because obviously it's a perfume. And I think what I actually love about the body cream is its subtlety. It's very mellow. When you first spray Grassroots, it's quite big. To me, it smells like rose, maybe ylang ylang. Something sweet added. It's a little bit sharp. So Lush use a lot of naturals, and we were talking earlier about how some naturals can be very well done. Sometimes they can have they can be a little bit harsh, I guess, because it's the very nature of natural essential oils and stuff, they kind of need things to help them blend and mellow and gel together. And this is kind of a bit jutting. It smells like the body cream, but it's just very like kick you in the face. But it is, I did try it on skin, it does mellow down and it is really nice. I wouldn't buy this. It's got like, it does smell a little bit chocolatey, like in a really gentle kind of way. I wouldn't wear this, but I love the body cream. Absolutely love the body cream. But this is really nice. This is really nice. If you like a slightly gourmand rose kind of scent, it's good. But it is, yeah, it's a bit, because of the strong naturals in here, it's kind of a bit, it's a little bit sharp. But it does mellow. So, but I like that. Grassroots from Lush. I like it. So I feel really, really tired. So I think I'm going to call it quits now. Just check to see if we need to say anything more from what you're all saying. Okay. No. Right then. So I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you all very soon. Take care.